Yo, it's another episode of Stuck in the Middle Podcast. I am your host, Reflex. Appreciate y'all watching this episode, man. If you are checking us out on YouTube, definitely hit the subscribe button. Tell y'all every week, and y'all do it. We appreciate it. Start commenting now. That's what we need y'all to do. Start commenting. Let us know y'all out there. It's one thing to subscribe, but engage, right? Hit the Patreon link down in the notification if you're watching. We appreciate it. Hit the bell notification as well so you get updates every time we drop something new. Shout out to everybody who's listening. Spotify, Stricter, Apple Music, all that good stuff. We appreciate y'all. Got a special guest in the building, but before that, I want to let y'all know this is our 5th year anniversary. 2022, we're celebrating 5 years of doing Stuck in the Middle podcast. So y'all gonna hear that a lot. I don't know what the plans are, but we'll let y'all know as soon as we got plans. It's in the stew. Let this cold weather pass. You know, we in the DMV area. Let this cold weather pass, and we'll let y'all know what's cooking with a 5 year. But definitely, if you want to support us, subscribe, comment, engage, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff, and become a Patreon. You heard? Got a special guest in the building, man. This brother is no stranger to the podcast. We got Kwaku Bentil. Want to do a proper introduction. He is the Minister of Happiness.
Thank you.
He's a DJ.
Thank you.
IT professional.
Thank you.
Fellow podcaster, like I said, and
Facts.
founder of the DYHYT Yourself brand. Bro,
Yes,
welcome
sir.
back, man.
Appreciate it, brother. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Last time you were here, you were with the whole gang.
Yeah, was with the gang.
Yeah, we don't had a whole panini pandemic.
Yeah, this is facts.
Yeah, man. How you doing? How are you doing? Your mental, everything. How you doing?
I can say everything is well. Taking everything one day at a time. Happy myself in the process.
Yes, sir. We gonna slow grind into it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people. Let's start Africanist Podcast.
Sure.
Where's that at right now?
We came back. Took a bit of a break from November to pretty much last week. We dropped our first part of the year. Mm-hmm. This is year 8 for us.
Yeah.
So celebrating year 8. We're just getting back in the groove of things. I think. Ultimately, we decided to. I think we're leaning more towards just doing things via the Zoom. Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier for us in terms of scheduling and all of that. So, I will say that we are we're now in the zone, about to rack up some features. Mm-hmm. Just get back to the essence. I think like I was trying to say, with the pandemic, it kind of
slowed things
down,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes you just wasn't feeling it. Mm-hmm. If we're being 100, like you just
y'all like the pioneers of this podcasting thing.
Yeah, man. I thank God for the epiphany. 8 years ago.
8 years ago. How has the podcasting game changed in your view?
I think
when y'all started.
Yeah, I think we, if I'm being totally transparent, honest, I think we were late to understanding the monetary aspect of it, mm-hmm. And even having it on different platforms. Like we were late to Spotify when Spotify was jumping, right when everybody was getting subscribing to Spotify before. I think a lot of people now are in between Spotify and Apple, mm-hmm. But we were late to that, but we still capitalized. We still found a way to infiltrate and stay relevant in that space. When we look back at, Spotify does that rap. Right. You look at the back of the year numbers, it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
Early bird catches the worm, but we still late and caught a plate. So mm-hmm. I'm definitely happy about that.
You think it's saturated now? Or y'all
definitely saturated. We was actually talking about this and we might even make this a topic. Information overload.
Right.
There's like a podcast for everything, and everybody wants to have a voice. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, too, everybody wants to create a podcast, but it's how long can you do it for?
Mm-hmm. Some people just need therapy, like that.
You feel
like
me?
That one dude who was yelling. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, like can you do it for more than a year?
Right, exactly.
And can you do it for more than a year and not repeat or recycle topics?
Facts. That's
a real question you have to ask yourself. And that's anytime anybody comes to me for advice when it comes to like, can you even if today if all 3 of the guys were just like, yo, I don't feel like recording today, I can guarantee I can do the podcast by myself. Mm-hmm. For even if they were like a month, I could definitely handle it on my own. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure they could do it by themselves too. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's that consistency for a year and not have stale content.
Facts.
Man, listen, let's get into Kwaku Bentil, the person.
Yes, sir.
Somebody hear the name Kwaku, they'll automatically think Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You were born and raised Ghana?
No, I was born and raised here.
You been back home?
DC. Yeah, I've been going to Ghana every year since 2017. Of course, I didn't go during the panoramic. But,
Yeah.
you know,
So first generation Ghanaian?
yes, firstborn.
How was life for you like growing up?
It's a great question. I will say that it was a lot of learning, a lot of discovering.
Especially as a firstborn.
Yeah, growing up in the 90s, especially, like where we lived. I used to live right behind PG Mall. Anybody know Toledo Terrace? Everybody know that's the real trenches. You feel me? Like
That's the bottoms.
That's a different type of environment. You know what I'm saying? Growing up there, my babysitter used to live literally right behind my apartments in the houses over there. That was Louisdale. Anybody know Louisdale? You know what time it is over there too. So I don't really. Especially if you grew up in Louisdale around the late 90s, early 90s, you know what's up. So there was just a lot of learning, and I will say that I got a lot of my street sense from there, and I got a lot of my common sense and just navigating through life sense of a mixture of both my mom and my dad. But I'm not gonna lie, it was like, even though there was a lot of street things around me, the people back in the day that was over there, they made sure I was never in it, but make sure I understood what was happening, what things to pay attention for, who to associate with, who not to associate with, you know, red flags, green, you know, all of that type of stuff. So I would say overall it was good upbringing, a good mixture of everything, and just constant learning. Yeah.
Will you say you were generally a good student?
Generally good student, yeah. Yeah. I was always good at math. I was good at the sciences too. Yeah, my teachers would say I'm a good student, but they would also tell you that I have a bad attitude. I was rude. If I felt disrespected, ever since I was young, if I ever felt disrespected, I'd disrespect you back. Yeah, for sure. That's a fact.
So you go to Frostburg University.
Yep.
And then you major in sports education.
Yep.
And then you graduate Frostburg University after getting a degree in sports education. You're like, this not for me.
Yeah, the process to get into physical therapy school. Like if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's still the same way, but if you don't get in the first time, you got to wait like a certain amount of time before you can reapply and get back in. And the way I saw my life, I'm like, I'm weighing the pros and the cons. Yeah, I believe in myself, but what is more realistic? Like, what can I transition to now to make the most sense for me? So that's when I was just like, well, I've been building and breaking computers since I was young, installing softwares, you know, trying to fix bugs and all of that when I was younger, playing Mega Man X on Windows 95. So like, I can easily transition back to IT. So that's what I ended up doing. And
so how difficult was that transition like for you? Like what was the first thing
I would say it wasn't too difficult for me. It was difficult. I think that the only thing that was difficult was the one thing that a lot of people don't know about IT is that yes, there's an entry point, but there's so many things attached to the entry point that you can go into. Sometimes people try to tell you, do cybersecurity, for example. There's like 50 other things that you can do in cybersecurity that, you know what I'm saying, if you just learn the one general thing, it'll be harder for you to stand out. So it wasn't hard for me because what I did was I went the Cisco route. I got my Cisco certifications. I forgot what it was, CCNA, and it was in
Security Plus, and
I didn't get Security Plus until like maybe 3-4 years ago because I needed that to get into a lot of the spaces I was working in. Just FYI for anybody who do IT, the Security Plus certification is literally your bachelor's degree. Like certain government agencies won't allow you to step foot in their building until you get that Security Plus. That's a fact.
Did you think going back to school, because you had a bachelor of sports education? Yeah. Was a master's like the next route?
Yeah. I got my master's in cybersecurity. I got that in 2018. Because at the time I was when I went to go get it, I had just lost my what job was I at?
Like a physical therapy job?
No, I had left. No, boom. I left Verizon. And I was looking for work, and I wasn't able to get it. And then, you know, I was just like, all right, I've been unemployed for like 8 months, but I was able to sustain myself. I was like, all right, I done blew through all my savings, you know, looking for a job. And, you know, because the thing is, I was getting jobs too, but a lot of the contracts were failing, which a lot of people don't tell you. Sometimes you can get hired by a company, but if the contract fails, you lose the job.
Right.
So that's when it was like September 2014, I believe. I was just over 15. I don't remember. Maybe it might have been 16. I don't remember the years. The years is a lot, but just ultimately I was unemployed for that stretch. Actually, yes, it was 2016 because I worked at Verizon for 2 years. And then that's when I was like, all right, let me go ahead and do it. And I finished the program in about a year and a half. It's a 2-year program. So I finished in a year and a half. And I graduated that May, but I finished it in like December or something.
Was there any like pressure from like being first generation African? Your dad like even this physical therapy? I'm not sure it's like doctor.
Nah, my parents definitely pushed me into the health route. Anything health. They wanted me to be a pharmacist at first, so I was a chemistry major before I transitioned to a sports medicine major. I was good. I was passing the chemistry classes, but when I got to organic chemistry, that was it for me. I couldn't process it, and then when they making you take certain things in calculus, I couldn't grasp. It was too many letters. I was like, bro, I need actual tangible numbers. Like I need to get to the end point. I'm not about to be saying ax plus y to the square the equals ax y. Stupid.
Who put letters in math?
Whoever did it, God punish you. Stupid.
What's the day-to-day life like? Because you big into networking and what is the day-to-day life like for information system security engineer? So
day in the life for me, I don't do really a lot of Cisco work, but I do a lot of documentation review, documentation write-ups. I have a lot of conversations with stakeholders on next steps. Sometimes I dabble into the audit where I'm confirming whether the processes make sense or make sense, but the process that you have written down in your documentation equates to what you do in actual day-to-day life, confirming who has access to what, if this person needs access, if you want, like just a whole bunch of reviewing of documentation. So that's what my life consists of now, sadly. But we try to get some new certifications and do some other type of work.
We big in stuck in middle on like advice and like encouraging the next person. What would you say to somebody who's like where you were? Get whether it's a sports education degree or just like bruh, it ain't for me, whatever it is for them, and they're looking to get into cyber, IT, whatever. What would you say? What's your advice for them?
I would say you could definitely do it. That's number one. You can definitely do it. Be patient with yourself, because a lot of people will just tell you take this crash course and they fill up your resume with a whole bunch of stuff, and then it's just like it's even overwhelming for you. You're new to it. You don't fully understand it. Sometimes you need to be immersed in it in order to get to it, and it's not every time you're gonna be like that. It's okay to take the L at first, which is, when I say L, like some people hit out the park and get $120K job offer. But if you get a 60 or 70, it's okay.
Right.
6 months of learning on the job and then adding it to what you learn in your crash course or whatever the case may be, or even in school, is better that way, because at least you have a tangible base. The foundation is more important than how the infrastructure looks from outside. If the foundation is trash, your house is gonna collapse. So it's important to, once you learn and you feel comfortable and you don't get the home run job, it's okay. That's why I say you get the home. Like, it's not everybody that, they throwing out money out here, but it's not a lot of jobs that it's gonna throw you to 120 like that, just like that. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit of time, and make sure your record clean too, because most of these, especially if you're in the DMV area, a lot of these places require clearances, whatever the case may be. So you want to make sure that
keep your nose
your
clean.
I's is dotted and your T's is crossed.
Before all that though, maybe sometime in the midst of that, there was DJ Earthkwak, in the bubbling. When did you realize like, I had a passion for bringing the funk in parties?
I always had a passion. I could tell you the story about how I started DJ, but my mom was always big on music. She would play a lot of the Ghanaian gospel, Ghanaian high life hits. So that's what I grew up listening to majority of the time, and a lot of Christian music too. I was not hip to a lot of the, I'll be honest, I wasn't hip to Carolina, Premier Gaul, all of that. I was not hip to it at all. Like, I didn't know about it until I got to college. Because when all the family parties, that wasn't what was being played. So all I knew was a bunch of Ghana.
Were you playing family parties?
No. I didn't start DJing until 2010, 2011. But I used to always do I knew how to mix music on what's that thing called? That free software.
It's like virtual DJ or something like that?
We're virtual DJs, like WavePad or audio something.
Something like that.
I forgot what it's called, but I used to always do song mixes for the ASAs. So like everybody entrusted me with picking the music. I started really DJing back when I met Claude at Coca Cabana. I I think it was 2010 in July for I think the Ghana Boys or DMV Africans. Correct guy. DMV Africans was doing a party, and I told him I was dead ass that I was trying to learn how to DJ. Sorry, I'm cussing.
No, you good. You good.
I was like, yeah, I'm trying to learn how to DJ. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I bet I got you. So I would, and at that time, Claude was at Morgan. I would drive from my folks' house in out Riverdale all the way to, and he lived deep, and you know what I'm saying? You got to take deep. You know what I'm saying? I had to sit out sometimes and wait for this man, and I would do it. I'd do it. I'd drive there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, we wouldn't have the longest time. We'll probably have like 30, 45 minutes, but I'll take the time to make sure I learn how to DJ. You know what I'm saying? So that's my OG for real. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's to show you the road.
And I started DJing in 2011. He would come out from Morgan, come support me. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say that's my, like, OG, my dog, like, for life is for life with that guy. Like, I owe him so much. Yeah. So 2011 was when I started DJing, and I actually used DJing to pay for my last year in school.
Dang.
So that's the only way I graduated.
I think
if
for
it wasn't
me,
for that, I'd been short.
I was trying to get into DJing just for the money. Like, what's that? Like, would you say is that a right motive? Somebody's trying to get into. You gotta love the music.
Because you're not gonna get paid like that. You got to have a certain level of caliber. You have to get to a certain level of caliber, and over time, unless you get the look, like somebody big gives you a look like maybe like a Quicksilver or Cat Daddy will be put you on radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is a new DJ. I want to hire him. Like, if you get that look, then yeah, you're gonna get a nice payday. But the payday takes time. Like, if I'm being transparent, and this is not a flex, but you know, I would say that I'm like semi-expensive when it comes to booking me for weddings or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I charge $175 an hour. Not everybody can say they charge that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I charge a different level for also private gigs. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere in the same ballpark. Because I don't feel like keep throwing out numbers because I don't want to seem like I'm flexing. I beg, I'm not flexing. People out there on YouTube, I'm not flexing. But you know what I'm saying? That price point deters people.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how much the person makes, it still deters people because it's just so, like, you know.
It also speaks to the quality of your work.
Exactly.
Though.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not putting you out there too much.
Exactly. And also, that's good too. In a lot of different ways, as you grow, you realize it's not every gig I'm supposed to take. It's not every $300 that's worth it. If you're my man's, all right, cool, we can negotiate something, but that's just because you my homie or my homegirl, so we can leverage that level of negotiation. But yeah, it's not every day. It's not everybody that gets paid.
Yeah. Where did the name DJ Earthkwak come from?
Earthkwak came from the house party I did in Frostburg, and at that time I didn't have a DJ name, and I was DJing a party, and the house started shaking. That was just like, damn, earthquake. So I know, and it just stuck, and I just decided, instead of spelling the normal Kwake, I spelled it with the first four letters of my name, Kwak.
What was the first party you DJ? Do you remember? Like the first official joint where it's like, all right, Claude.
First official?
Took the training wheels off.
I DJ'd Homecoming, 2011 Homecoming. Was it 2011? Frostburg State University. That was my first major gig.
They brought you back to DJ joint.
No, I was still at Frostburg at the time. Yeah. I said I didn't graduate Frostburg until 2012. So 2011 was when I did Homecoming. Yeah, and then they were disappointed that they didn't book me for 2012. What was
the set? What was the set? What was the reaction like? What was your set?
Personally, to this day, I thought it was horrible. But you know, Claude was with me that day. He said I did well. My boy Chris, Fresh Impressions, barber in the DMV, he was with me too. Everybody said I did well, but me personally, I knew like I could have done better. How do you determine that though? You know what I mean? Because I would think it's a crowd. You know, like, hey, people are dancing. You know? Yeah, people are dancing, but you know, musically, I know there could have been a lot of cleaner mixes, better song selection. Like, I could have mixed this better with that. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I don't remember the songs, but I just remember the feeling of I could have came harder. You know what I'm saying? Especially with my first break, I could have came super hard. And that was the last time, and at least specifically in Frostburg, that I couldn't create that that I had that feeling. Would you rather like open, like, because you playing tonight? Yeah. Would you rather open or close the set? Both. Line it up wherever you want me at. Middle,
Anywhere.
2/3 to the end, 2/3 to the beginning. I don't care. Line it up. I'm ready.
We had Claude here a couple weeks ago, and he dropped the hammer.
Oh yeah. I watched it.
A lot of DJs, especially like if I were to DJ right now, straight hits, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna play what people want to hear. What do you think of DJs like that? Straight hits DJs who play the classics. Like, what's your style?
My style, I'm a build up type of DJ. There's certain instances where, and Claude will vouch for this too. He was just like, sometimes at a time, people looked at me to like save a party because the DJ that they booked wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, and the music knowledge we had, we can literally change a party like this. Like just the music knowledge, you can literally change the whole environment, the whole feeling of a party in probably like 5 minutes. So I'm definitely a build up type of DJ. I like to get to a place, you know what I'm saying? It's like a roller coaster. You chugging up. Once you hit that peak, then I know I can do whatever I want from there, and it's gonna be a grand old time. So I'm definitely a build up type of DJ. I don't like if a DJ before me plays all the hits. I'm not flustered. I'm seasoned. I got 12 years in the game. You can play all the hits you want. I know other hits. You know what I'm saying? And that's happened quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's fine. How
do you keep up with music though? Because personally, I'm sorry, we too much in the like. Because I try to be a DJ.
Yeah.
It's like, dog, I don't even know where to go find the music. I mean, now this Apple Music top, they put
for sure.
They put a top. So it's easy to keep up. But like, how do you keep your ear to the streets?
So what I used to do before playlists were super huge is I would literally, and I still do this to this day, I listen to every song on the album. There's not a song on the album that I don't know. And funny story is that I used to not DJ with headphones, and the reason why is because I couldn't afford the quality ones where I could hear everything totally. So what I used to do is I used to have my iPod. I walk around from campus back when I was in school, walk around everywhere with my AirPods in. Oh, not AirPods. Oh Lord, sorry. My wired headphones in, and I would just keep listening to songs, different, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, whatever. And I would memorize a lot of the music. So when I was mixing, I would be singing the song so I can mix the songs properly because I didn't have headphones. So that's how that's like stuck with me. So usually after I hear a song once or twice, I remember it. And that's how it sticks with me. And it's always important to organize your DJ crate too. So I make sure I download music almost every day. Like before I came here, I downloaded music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I enjoy like people putting me on the music too. So
that's a love language for me. If you put me on a good music, you good people's.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I remember like I was here this day, I was doing this when this person put me onto this song. Let's talk DMV Nightlife.
Okay.
How do you see it?
Depending on who you are, you might see it as progressively worse or progressively better. It just depends on what you look for in the club. For me, it's in a limbo stage because like you could be playing the hits, you could be playing the bangers, but the reaction that you would get maybe in 2015-16 for playing a banger like that is not the same reaction you get today, unless it's a party where it's just like, oh, everybody's lit here, so we could just turn up as much as we want to. Like I feel like the environment now dictates how lit people should be.
Yeah, I'm even talking like because now ain't no dance floors and no clubs that are building.
Pretty much,
it's all butter girls. How do you feel about that? It's all like bottle service.
I think and I may be mistaken, so if y'all got some Atlanta listeners, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the Atlanta model is what's coming here, because the Atlanta model is definitely section oriented. And there's a couple places in Houston too where it's like section oriented, where people just turning up at their tables, turning up at their section, and there's like the walkway is for the people who didn't get a section. So it's a combination of good and bad, because it could be lit at your section, and then and you could probably, depending on the business, you could probably get a percentage off the bar, depending on your level of business negotiation. So it's a pro, but it's also a con, because now it's like, damn, I can only have fun if I have a section. Or so that may deter people from coming out. Right. So it's literally a tug and war match. It works, but it also doesn't work at the same time. So
yeah, I mean, you DJing, like I said, you DJing the club tonight.
Yeah.
And you make money sometimes off the bar as well.
Depending on the deal. It depending on the deal of the party. Yeah, you can make.
What's like, even just talking about nightlife, relationship, like with, because we talk about money, making money with promoters, like how, because I personally, don't see a lot more promoters like in the DMV. I'm talking like thorough promoters. Yeah. Like what do you think about those?
Just promoters in general. There's been that. It depends. Like, I think that some people do good business and some people don't do good business. And oftentimes you'll see a lot of people complain about the people who don't do good business, or the people who do good business, but the people they associate with do bad business. So it deters people from working with them. But yes, I will agree with you. There is a limited amount of promoters now as compared to
like
maybe
09.
like from pretty much from 2009 all the way to 2015 almost. Like if I'm thinking about it, because I would always reference up to Stonefish when Stonefish closed. I think Stonefish closed maybe like 2016, 2017, give or take. And that's when you would have different promoters from everywhere, and you had enough promoters at a club. You know what I'm saying? It was to the point where, you know what I'm saying, people, they were turning away promoters. You know what I'm saying? And you literally had to be a promoter underneath somebody else in order to get in. So, yeah, I think the promotion game is more dedicated towards Instagram stories, maybe Instagram posts, but not too many people are in that as much as they used to be. So it just depends. I think literally now the venue has to sell itself to people. Yeah.
So you played, I'm sure outside of the DMV.
Yeah, for sure.
DMV Nightlife, Texas Nightlife, Atlanta Nightlife. Is there a thought in your mind? It's like, man, I'm about to pack my IT, my DJ gear. I'm out.
Definitely. I've definitely thought about being DJing in the South more, specifically Texas for sure. On my bucket list still is I want to DJ out Cali. I want to do Afrobeats party out Cali. But I will say I appreciate Houston's nightlife, or Houston, Austin. Those are the two main places I've been. I haven't been to Dallas yet, so Dallas is on my list. But I've DJed South by Southwest. I've DJed some after parties. DJed for Tamaya in Austin. Where else? Houston. Houston. I haven't done anything yet, but the goal is to get something done before I hang up these DJ cleats.
And before you hang it up, man, anybody who know DJ Earthkwak know, the Valentine's Day playlist.
Yeah,
Valentine's Day is around the corner.
Already got one cooking up. You know
you got to drop 3 songs that's gonna be in the rotation. Let's expect. I listen to your Valentine's Day playlist every year, so
I do.
What's 3 songs that I know I'm guaranteed to hear on the playlist?
You guaranteed to hear 3. You want 3 specific songs or just 3 names? 3
names and songs.
All right. Mary J. Blige, Everything. Aaliyah, At Your Best. What's a good one? Johnny Gill, My.
Dang. You know what's dope about that? I ain't hear no Afrobeats. I respect that. I respect that.
Nah, because the thing is, one of the main reasons why I do mixes too is because and I don't know if anybody's ever really paid attention to my Valentine's Day mixes, but for the past 5 years, I believe, 5, every Valentine's Day mix was dedicated to a specific era of music. So I had from 99, not 99, like 96 to 99, from 01 to 04, from 05 to 09, you know what I'm saying? And I think this recent one was 2010 to 2015. So it's within a specific area, and the songs got to make sense. Sometimes when these people do these mixes, they be mixing in heartbreak songs with love songs, and just like, so I'm like,
there's thought to it.
I'm making sure that the lyrics is not heartbreak lyrics. I'm making sure, you know what I'm saying, everything matches and is in sync and it flows, you know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it difficult, but I do that on purpose just to, like, when you listen to this, you already know what's up, you know what I'm saying? You know that you get quality music, quality thought, and,
I ain't even really put that much thought into it.
Yeah, bro, I do that. Even for when I like DJ weddings, for example, if I'm doing like a Ghanaian wedding, like we have Ghanaian love songs. And I'm doing my best as a Ghanaian DJ to push Ghanaian music out there. And sometimes a lot of people don't know. So I have a whole dedicated playlist where I just go through a lot of the Ghanaian love songs for, those the old heads can enjoy, the young people can enjoy, and even some that you may not know that you want to Shazam while you're there and add it to your playlist. So I'm very intentional with music. Like the music got to make sense. If it don't make sense, we're gonna have a long day.
Shout out to King Promise. That's the only that's the only guy I know.
Yeah.
So throughout, DJing and partying, I suppose, and I might be wrong in this, correct me if I'm wrong, that's where, the concept of Happy Yourself came. Just being out, having fun. Am I right in assuming that?
No. Happy Yourself was an idea that came to mind in 2018. I was transitioning to a new job, and I was just saying like, yo, I compromise my happiness a lot. Like just being real with myself. Like I compromise my happiness a lot. You know what I'm saying? By nature, I'm a quiet person. Like this is like I think y'all the only person that's ever interviewed me one-on-one. Most of the times I'm with the guys. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not much of a talker. It's crazy because I have a podcast and I say I'm not much of a talker, right? But if you know me at my core, I don't really be talking up a storm like that. But I never knew that I wanted to make it a clothing line, but like I would often say things or, I'm about to just go make myself happy real quick or happy myself. And, if I had a bad week at work, but if I want to Cinnabon, I'm going to Cinnabon. Like, even though like you try to be healthy and all of that, bro, I can't, you don't have to always deprive yourself. The happiness isn't always depriving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And also happiness doesn't have to be expensive. So little things like, you know what? I'm going to just sit in the house, play 2K. And not DJ. I'm gonna turn down this gig because I don't really feel like being around people right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are conscious decisions I was making just to make sure that I preserve my happiness. This is before mental health was a big thing and all of that. So I would say it came from that. I think the clothing line epiphany came from when I was sick in Ghana. I had food poisoning, and those who know, and what happened in Africa when you get food poisoning, you know what happens. And I was like, man, you know what? That's it. Let me put Did You Happy Yourself on a hoodie and see what happens. And that's where literally the inception of the clothing line came. But I've been saying it progressively since like 2018, but a lot of people weren't catching on to it. It wasn't until I was saying it excessively, and I was even to the point now I don't even say it as much as I used to because now I want the clothing line to voice that for me. So. And that's why a lot of my clothes are simple. You got the face and the name on the back because sometimes it's okay for your happiness to be simple. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be excessive. There's certain things that could be loud. You know what I'm saying? But I prefer simple happiness, little things.
What was the first thing with the thought of making a clothing line? What was the first thing that you did?
So growing up, I didn't have like the whole jogger suit. Like the hoodie with the matching pants. Like, nah, my mom used to always dress me up in like church clothes, suit, corduroys, turtleneck, all of that. So I never had that much streetwear. And I love streetwear as much as I love sneakers. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna make a streetwear brand because everybody has it, but I don't think about just because everybody has it. Just because everybody has it doesn't mean everybody can sell it. Right. Exactly. So I had the streetwear brand, and I was like, I'm going streetwear hoodies and crew necks. I love me a good hoodie. I love me a good crew neck. Clearly. So yeah, I was just like, I'm going street, and then we're gonna build off of that.
And where can people purchase? Like, is it hardware? Do you go out? I mean, with the pandemic now, you can't really do pop-up shops.
Yeah. So what I did was when I first started, I did the photo shoot prior to everything being shut down. I did the photo shoot like February-ish. I think the week after Valentines Day. I think. And I rolled out everything March 20th, 2020. And at first I was doing drop shipping, so I was going through a manufacturer overseas, but. And I will also suggest that that's the best way to start, so you know what quality you're getting, and if you want to transition to doing it by yourself, because that's what I'm doing now. Like you can order directly from me. Did DYHYT.com, DidYouHaveYourselfToday.com, and you can order directly from me, and I'll ship it out to you. But at first I was doing dropshipping because I didn't know everything. I didn't know who I can go to get stuff made. I didn't know where to buy a lot of quality stuff. I had an idea because there were certain things I did for tag sound, so I knew how to find and search for it, but I didn't find the quality that I liked. Once I found it, I found somebody. I was able to, just staying up late night. I was able to find somebody who can heat press and do the vinyls for me and do the embroidery for me and all of that. So now it's just now going into year 2. I'm chugging along in the right way. So now, we good money.
Yeah. Is it a new line coming out this summer? Like how are you rolling them out?
Yeah. So a lot of the things, because I was scared at first when I first dropped. I had these type of ideas in mind at first, but I was afraid to drop because I was just like, I'm new. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do something loud. But I was just like, when I sat back and realized, because sometimes when I was doing drop shipping too, they'll lose my packages. And because I'm big on customer service and making sure people get their stuff, because I'm a new brand, I would order it, find somebody who could do it for me real quick, even if I have to pay premium dollar for it, just to make sure the person gets it. You know what I'm saying? I still do that level of customer service now. Like, I was pulling up on folks if they was comfortable. I'll pull up and drop it off to you. You know what I'm saying? I got some extra inventory in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So that's how I used to do it. But now, there's a lot of samples that I throw out to different people. And there's if one thing people know, like, if one thing I hate is marketing. I hate like posting on my Instagram all the damn time. Like, I even get story fatigue. Like, if I'm posting a whole bunch of things on my story, I'm like, bro, I don't feel like doing this no more. You know what I'm saying? So I hate marketing, but one thing that's helped me a lot, and I'm forever grateful for everybody who purchased and you know what I'm saying, wanted to support the boy. People just be posting it for me. People kept posting it for me. But it was like, yo, this is comfortable, this is quality, this is that, and it's been consistent. It hasn't been like a one here, that one, you know what I'm saying? It's been consistent of people constantly supporting me, saying how much they like it, how they're comfortable with it. So what I did was, when I noticed that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna throw some samples to folks. So I would throw out, like, for example, I got biker short sets for women coming out in 2022. The matching set, not just the shorts itself, the matching set where you can like adjust it, where you can actually keep it at your waist or put it above the tummy, whatever you want to do. And it's breathable and it stretches between sizes. So you can order a medium. Like, sometimes for women, their upper body is smaller than their lower body. So it's a fabric where you wear a medium top. It can stretch between a medium and a large, or it can be, you know what I'm saying, medium and large for the bottoms. For guys, I got tank tops coming. This summer I got some exclusive t-shirts coming, and I also got some shorts coming for the guys that, above the knee length. You know what I'm saying? So I've been throwing out those fillers for about a year. So people have seen it, but now that it's time for it to come out, I'm ready for it to come out and make a killing off of it.
What's one thing that you know now that you didn't know prior to getting into that, the branding?
One thing that I know now is not everything has to come from overseas. You can find local people. You just got to do your due diligence. Sometimes that means being on Instagram, looking at stories, typing up certain keywords. And this is one thing that I will give Instagram, because they know my algorithms are showing that I'm looking at clothes and stuff like that. So they will sometimes send me people who do blanks, and they're local. Even if they're imported from somewhere else, I don't have to pay. I may not have to pay that heavy import tax. You know what I'm saying? I can get it from somebody local who's already taken that and just, maybe pay their premium or whatever the case may be. But definitely something that I learned, like, you don't have to go overseas, even though you may have to lean towards that way eventually further on down the line, because you want to do something very specific. But right now, since we buying a couple pieces, trying them out, you know what I'm saying, I can hold off on doing that, but you can definitely do everything locally. What's
one thing that you're doing now as a DJ differently? You kind of alluded to it a little bit, that you're no longer doing what you started. How has the game changed for you in
terms of DJing? I'd say now, I think I'm more comfortable being myself as a DJ, and not afraid to, because I would never talk on the mic. I could, but I wouldn't, because I always had that. It was a terrible mindset. Don't if you're a DJ, don't have this mindset that if I'm acting like this on the mic, people gonna try to be like act like they buddy and friendly with me, and I'm just like I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to after the club you talking to me and then you like what the hell, this guy's totally different. You know what I'm saying? But I already know me as a person. Like I know that I can be energetic and do all these things on the mic and make sure everybody has a good time. But I'm pretty reclusive. So just being more comfortable within myself to do things. Try certain songs, and just being more conscious of also the events that I take, because it's not everything that it has a big payday that's worth it. Sometimes the stress is too much, and then you value your time. You know what I'm saying? Some people may ask you to do have a 15-hour day, doing a ceremony and a reception. A traditional ceremony, a white wedding ceremony, and a thing, and then ask you for a discount. Nah.
Then don't feed you.
Are you thinking fire?
And then don't feed you. It was a whole conversation about feeding the photographer and the DJs in the wedding.
I mean, if I'm keeping the buck, we are. I know me. I'm forgotten often. So most times I have my own water. I have my own. If I need a Red Bull, you know what I'm saying. But most times I go a whole event and not eat, and I'll be alright. And then I just make sure, depending on when the gig ends, you know what I'm saying. It's sad to say, I might have to holler at some Wendy's, some McDonald's fries or something, because I don't really like eating late like that. So I just holler at some fries real quick and then go home, chug some water, and go to sleep.
Hey man, kind of bread. How do you balance it all? How do you balance it all? Your professional life, the nightlife, and the brand as an entrepreneur.
I multitask a lot, so I can be doing one thing for one and then also doing something for the other, and not convolute it. And I keep everything separate. Like even though I can, like I don't go on my podcast and promote Happy Yourself. I'm here to promote the podcast. So everything podcast is what we promote. Now if the guys asking me about my clothing line on that, of course I'm gonna speak to it, but I can definitely multitask and keep things separate at the same time. So that's been big for me, and I'm praying that ability continues, and just being intentional as well. Like I was saying earlier, like sometimes you gotta just let things go, not do anything with it, because like now we're in quote unquote slow season. Clubs are slow. Everything is slow. Like even if you go to your grocery store or your Marshalls or do whatever, any store, I'm not seeing a lot of bodies like that. Everybody's trying to pay off their credit card or save some bread or get ready for springtime. It's cold, so it's slow season right now. So this is the time that you appreciate the slowness, and then when people things will start to bubble back up. So you're supposed to be working during this time. So I'm constantly working, but I'm also giving myself grace and breaks. So
yeah. Podcast back, Africanist Podcast back
for sure.
Work is doing good. Brand is doing good.
Work is work. Nobody really cares about that.
You DJing tonight?
I am DJing tonight.
Where?
Palisades.
This is not gonna be out by tonight. But it's
every Saturday I'm at Palisades Lounge in downtown Silver Spring. Pull up on the boy. Holla at me if you say, yo, I watched you on Stuck in the Middle, or I heard you on Africanist Podcast. I'm like, love. Go to the bar and get you something to drink on me.
Yeah, I heard it here, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I be doing that. So if you see me for real, like dead ass.
Yes, sir.
If I'm not, but please, I beg. If I'm actually like DJing and trying to mix a song, please just wait.
And you gotta say you watched him on Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah, you gotta say it. You gotta let me know, and then you gotta subscribe to Stuck in the Middle too, man. And also subscribe to the Africanist Podcast too, man. We've been solid for quite some time. So
the pioneers, man.
Yeah, man.
How can people reach you? Cop some merch. How can people just get in contact if they want to ask more questions?
Yeah, man. You can follow my personal Instagram at It's Earthkwak, ITSEARTHKWAK. That's on Twitter too. Did you DYHYT LLC on Instagram, DYHYT.com to cop some merch. Yeah, man, just be on the lookout. You can also email DYHYTK@gmail.com. Somebody stole my DYHYT, so I couldn't use that for Gmail, sadly. But you can hit me up on there and get you some merch too. And also, look, if you got some ideas you want to share with the boy, about some customization, I'm open to that too. But don't be doing too much, because I'll happily tell you no. Because you don't have to make happiness too crazy. But yeah, holla at me. We're cooking up, like I said, spring and summer merch getting ready to come out in a little bit. We're already working on processing that, and I've already started working on the fall winter 2022 stuff. So be on the lookout for your boy.
Hey man, appreciate you coming through.
Man, thank y'all for honoring my request to come up, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man.
Y'all could have told me no.
Nah, for sure. You family, bro. Well, thank you for coming back. And you had to come to the studio. A lot of people are like, oh, zoom.
No. I'm definitely gonna pull up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I always pull up.
For
sure.
You know
what I'm saying? Yeah.
If you enjoyed what you heard, what you watched, hit the subscribe button. Follow Kwaku Bentil on all social media platforms. Yes. You heard the socials. Cop some merch. Hit him up at Palacios.
Yep.
Palisades
Lounge.
Yes,
downtown Silver Spring, baby.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all hitting up Stuck in Middle Podcast this week. I am your host, Reflex. Shout out to Charles in the building. Behind the scenes.
Charles?
Yeah, what time with Charles? AK, I see you, Ma, Choo Choo, Tutu, and Ines, the whole gang. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace and blessings.